said if that's the pen. I'm sorry.
I apologize that we are late. That is completely my fault. I had no idea that we were this late, guys. So I just want to say, sorry.
It's okay.
Phone in D&D. That is my fault. But everybody, thank you for waiting on us. And it's a Scientology thing. You can't be late. So.
I think we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Look, it's Joe Virus.
Hey.
Mama D.
Good to see you, Joe Virus.
PJ Mac, Leslie Girl. Thank you, Leslie Girl. Matt's Mom Forever. Sunshines, Kim Hallman, Sarah Browett.
I saw Shelly.
I love Shelly. We were talking about Shelly earlier.
We were just talking about you.
Ditto Deb, West Coast Fancy Nancy, the Trips Captain.
Sweet.
Jamie Palmer.
Hey,
look,
Jamie.
It's Hockey Town John. I'm only here for the flirts.
All right.
Look, he wanted to title it that. And I said, you better bring it then. Like, yeah. I'm not putting up with any nonsense. You better flirt. Thank you for your super chat. Galen's here. Melly Dramatic. Boris Cruz. Jennifer Minton. Mm-hmm. I love Robin W. Katrina Jones. Yeah, that's always kid.
That's kid.
Jason P. Figment.
Good to
Heather
see you, Jason
Kansas. P. Teacher Nurse. Mods, thank you for being here. Gracie Lumen's here. Catherine B. Lori Lee.
Best mods in the business.
Is that a hat hint? Jamie Palmer would say that. She has been pushing for that for a long time. No, it actually isn't. I just thought it was a really cute hat. I was talking about you, Shelly, but Jamie, I know that you would love for that to happen. Rain Virus, Sarah Bowman, Jody T, Kathy Nittig, Lester Crochet Mary, Isaiah's Granny. I'm sorry, I have a.
You don't have to rule it out though either. I mean, I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah, you're definitely marriage material.
Yeah, but I've been married 3 times.
Yeah, but not to me.
Right.
No. What's that got to do with anything?
I don't know, but
it takes a little while to get crap right, Quibs.
Right,
you know
but
I mean?
I'm just saying you don't have to be married.
Well, but you don't have to not be married either. I mean, 3rd time's a charm, right?
Babe, I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying, people can also be together like Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn.
True story. They've been together a very long time.
They had a child.
And there are a lot of people that say, I'm not doing a child. Let's take care of that right now. We don't need a child.
I will not have a child.
We have a Siamese cat.
Thank you, Jilbo.
That's a full-time job. That Siamese cat.
Yeah. No, it is not a proposal, I assure you. Mama Smurf, Mimi 2G, Susie Fitz made it. Analytical Barney, I am having anyone's
poop tonight. All right.
Thank you, Analytical.
Yes, I think it was the knot.
Jam. A quick look at Riley and her human.
Oh, it's Riley's human.
You know what? I'm glad you put up a picture of yourself.
Very
you are
cool.
a lovely girl.
Yes,
and I know you would be. I love Riley's human. That's so cute. Riley is really cute. Yeah. Lisa Hill. Yeah. I'm not having anyone's.
There you go.
We love you, Analytical Blarney.
There you go. We're not either. This is a yits and giggles show today. We're going to be some yits and some giggles.
Janet made it. Lacey Silver made it. Jeannie
See
Hansen.
That? Boris Cruz would marry
Jennifer
our
Minton.
Reese 1,000 times.
Excuse me?
Right up at the top there. See that? It says, I would marry. There you go.
I would marry our Reese 1,000 times. Love her. Boris Cruz.
No, I don't blame you, Boris. I really don't.
My God.
She's pretty damn special.
Thank you.
Really
that's
is.
I don't think so, guys, but that's nice. Thank you, Jennifer Minton. I'm not.
Of course you are.
I mean, sure, I'm not. I don't know that I'm marriage material though.
Oh,
Island life. Material. Really? Yeah. Lurker Laura, I hope you're feeling better tonight.
I mean, how would you define marriage material? That might be an important question, but how would you define that?
Cassie Mosier, Joanne Ventrilla.
Don't you marry the people that make you the happiest?
What do you guys define as marriage material?
Where is Moose?
You're cute, Jennifer Minton.
He's here. He's somewhere.
Lady O. Dawn Van E. Jenny Gets Chatty. What is marriage material, guys? Kestrel says, you are, Reese. Back off, Forrest.
I almost did that one myself, but I couldn't find my phone.
You guys, Boris
Good looking
Cruz.
out, Hockey
I love
Times,
Boris Cruz.
I'm kidding. Would you relax?
Boris Cruz has been with us a long time.
I love it. You know that. I don't care. I really don't.
Have Tommy pronounce my name?
Lucia?
Yeah.
De Giovanni?
That was my grandmother's name. Lucia.
Lucia
She came
De
from my grandmother came from Italy.
Well, she came from
Tommy.
Giovanni.
Aww.
I am a lucky man, Katie Fulton.
I love Katie Fulton so
And my girl
much.
smells like your boobs. About 80% of the time.
Tracy. I love that. Analytical Blarney. Come at me before these content creators. Save everyone the BS and let these two have a ball. I love Analytical Blarney.
I do too. Analytical Blarney's funny as hell.
Marriage material. Person who wants to get married.
There you go. I think you marry the person that makes you happy. Right? And people say it's just a piece of paper. No, it's not. It's a proclamation.
Ooh, Chris, you're pretty. Wow. I love your hair. DS Kitty Diane, I hung in there 3 months. I need lots of flirt.
Yeah, well, you've come to the right place.
Rogue Hedgie.
You've come to the right place.
You sent me a wall of attacks. Okay, that's no problem.
Katrina, Katrina Jones, she met my family a long time ago, actually. That happened a while back.
Yeah, I've met Tommy's family, all of them. As a matter of fact, I'm quite close to his sister. Sophia, is that a Real Madrid jersey?
It is. Yes.
Squirrel Girl.
I have a relative who played for one of their minor league teams. He plays semi-pro or whatever they call it, soccer.
Thank you, Just Joan.
Football, sorry.
Cute dog.
We do make each other laugh.
Marriage material says from Sassy is someone who loves and respects both you and your unconditionally. That's great. Otter dancer. Kenya.
That's us. Is it not us? That's us. It's us.
I'm just saying, babe, I'm for it or not for it. If people,
Sarah Bowman said
it's like having children.
What Sassy said, no children.
I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about my uterus. I'm saying if people want to get married, but there's no expectation to me anymore. Like,
bless you.
Like
bless you.
Excuse me. If I just don't feel like people should be expected to have kids or get married or any of that. I just am for it or not for it.
Well, I think you're marriage material.
Well,
I'll go on the record and say that.
I think all of my husbands would agree. I took good care of all of them. Hey, Reese, Tommy, I wanted you to know you make me forget my serious illness for the prayers.
I love
appreciated.
that.
Ken, I didn't know you had a serious illness, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that, and we love you. If I can do anything to help there, please reach out to me, Ken. I love Ken. Ken's like family.
I will absolutely pray.
Absolutely, guys. Send that to Ken, please. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Ken. Thank you for your super chat. Jeff and Friends is enough of a warning.
I think so.
Blarney.
I think so.
You're hilarious. Deanna Downey, the question is, do you ever talk about me?
Absolutely.
Actually, yes, because I felt the most sad about letting you down. Yep.
That came up. You don't have any idea how many times. You were definitely the person that came up.
Jessica Colley, Deanna Downey, a lot of people came up for me, but yes. Rhonda McNeil, I love you.
And again and again. It was the first thing I thought when she said that.
Hey, Jen Nelson. Oh my God, that dog's cute.
It's the perfect angle too.
It's so the point cute. Of view. It is. Yeah, look at the angle.
Like you just came in. Hey, Lumen's here.
I love Lumen. There's TKK, Purple Groovy.
Do you see
Pam from Canada?
Do you see Anna's new avatar, her new picture?
Oh, mods link for membership. Oh, yeah.
Damn! I love it. I love it.
I do too. Dial it up, says Kim is blue.
Booyah. Who do you trust, feel safe, and want to grow old with? Marry them.
That's true.
Solid advice right there.
Boo, do you guys want to know something funny about this? If you have trouble sneezing, look at a bright light. For some reason, it will make you. For some reason, you want to know what a Scientologist has to say about that?
It has something to do with...
There's a deep dive on that from L. Ron Hubbard. Tony's Hooter. Hi, friends. Need to laugh today. Glad to see your faces.
You're
Tony,
in the right spot.
Do I have a text I need to respond to you, Tony? I love you, girl. I hope
do
not.
Too.
I'm kind of behind.
Tony Hooter's as cool as they get.
Jesus, Tommy scared the crap out of me. Thank you, Robert. Baby steps.
Sorry, Kenya.
Off topic. I was watching what I missed of yesterday's Relatable. It was so impactful. I have lots of thoughts. Love you, Reese. And Yami too.
Why, thank you.
Thank you, Baby Steps. Yesterday's live, I'm glad you said that. I still feel good about yesterday's live. I just really got a lot off. I love doing my solo lives with you guys. I told him yesterday, I want to get back to that. Do you guys remember when we used to sit in my old basement and just kind of go down like philosophical talks and deep dives? I'm back for that. Let's do that because they're so healing and it just snowballs. There's someone that goes, oh my God, this helps me with that. And I just love it. Linda Reese, Linda, you're cute. And Especially cute with that last name, girl.
Yeah, Linda Reese.
Peanut, that's cute.
Formerly Shannon P. Okay.
I love that. Thank you, Shannon P.
Yeah.
We got a lot of Shannons.
We do have a lot of Shannons. And now we have a Peanut.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, looking at the light. Yeah, Lucia used to be a lurker.
Oh, I'm so happy you're not anymore.
Oh, yesterday's live was because of your wall of text. I loved yesterday's live. It really opened some thoughts for me, just some self-reflection. LRH says that the reason we look at the sun and sneeze is because it's exactly what happens when you come out of your mother's vagine, the coot, and they pull you out and there's lights all over you and it represents the sun and you sneeze as an infant. And that's why you sneeze. That's what LRH told us.
Wow.
So it's an engram. It's restimulating an engram.
I'm sorry. That's just okay.
Hi, Tommy and Reese. I watched that YouTube documentary about the jesters and was P. Taylor. That documentary is hardcore. Kenya,
stick around.
Thank you, Kenya.
Stick around. I love Kenya.
It's been a while since we've talked about the cooter. Amy, we're going to get into that.
There'll be some cooter talk.
Stick around. Heads up. We're going to talk about cooters tonight. There's some things I want to discuss, and there's some things I want to know about your cooter. So I'd like to get some input. You know, that old chestnut. Yeah. Dearest Jeff and Carl, I plan to board your lake party yacht on a beaver float since you like beavers. No one puts Reese and Tommy in a prom corner. Oh my God. You're hilarious. Analytical Blarney, you're too much. Hey, Joanne Hawley.
As funny as
Angie Moe. My Katie. Unconditional love, communication, compatibility, shared values, and commitment equals marriage material. I have zero experience, but I might someday soon. So, Reese, be my maid of honor. Seriously, that would be crazy, but I would look really bad. I don't have the body for.
Things you say.
I can't stand up there with. I'll do it, but please don't make me. We'll talk. But Katie, I actually wanted to ask you about the guy you're dating. I need to know more. If you want to share details here, that would be great. But you also have my phone number, so please send me a text. Will Moose be the ring bearer?
I don't think you know Moose very well.
Karen Pooley, just because I love Karen.
Thank you, Karen Pooley on KK.
LRH did say that.
He said a lot of things. Right.
He did.
He didn't sleep much.
Cooter input is the best, says Lori Lee. Hey, Jess Pauline.
Yeah, Mock, that's exactly what happened. He spent way too much time. If you take the amount of stuff that he wrote and figure out how long he's been alive, he slept about 2 hours a day.
I love your sneeze. It's a delicate little thing. I can wait to do it.
I do too. That's a beautiful little sneeze, isn't it?
Do the moose face.
What's that?
Take your glasses off. Do it, babe. You have to do it.
Okay. I will do it once. Ready? Hold on.
You got to be slower though. You got to kind of move slow.
He's not the brightest animal in the entire world. Here's the thing. He's actually really, really smart. That cat is remarkably smart. He just doesn't look at it, especially if something's really close to him. If he's looking at something far away, it's not so bad. But if you get right up in his face, he does do that. You know, it's best to look at Moose from a distance. I'm just saying. You're probably better off looking at Moose from a distance.
You want to look at his one good eye. Michelle R. Reese, I'm late and lurking. You were always too good for your ex, and he knew it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that he did.
I think he did.
I'm glad you have Tommy. He's the one I'd have picked for you if I was your mom.
Oh,
Michelle, that's so sweet.
What a cool thing to say.
I love that. Thank you, Michelle. You're adorable.
You're the first mother that would have ever said that. means a lot to me. For real. Well, there were not a lot of mothers that went, "Ooh, yeah, you did well."
Oh, come on. My mom really likes you.
That's true. Your mom's cool. Yes, Johnny... Robert Hall. As a matter of fact, he was dropped on his head several times as a kid. No, Johnny, here's the thing. Honestly, Johnny had such problems with pain that he figured out a way that he could treat it using peppers. And that's what started that. And he really is the real deal, man. He does that when no one's around.
That's horrible.
That really is awful. I'm not laughing because it's funny. Well, it is, but.
Martha Slimmer, I'm glad you made it, girl. Hey, Renee Rainbow. VTV. Yes. I love that you're here. VTV, I loved your video last night. Thank you again. I really, really did. You blew me away with that.
Oh, wow. You went and saw a cover band that did Tom Petty. I love it.
Kimmy, I think Kimmy Steele maybe asked a second ago, what is tonight's topic?
Yes.
Well, I have some questions about the coot.
Get right out of here. Okay, so for those of you who are later on are going to go, I can't believe they talk about this stuff. That would be the time to maybe bail.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
hey, Gypsy Soul, anybody that's going to say that doesn't watch.
No, but this is your trigger warning, right? You don't want to hear us talk about stuff that we do after hours.
Thank
Maybe
you,
don't
SP
listen.
Never In. Linda Reese says your chats about lady bits actually help. We should be aware of what's happening down south and aware of changes. I like to normalize it myself. And I think we do it in a respectful way, mostly.
We passed a huge billboard of Baccarat Rouge.
That's awesome.
What?
The husband said, "Oh, Katie Fulton's boobs." Katie Fulton,
love that.
You're famous.
Your rack is infamous across the planet.
I love you either way. Happy to talk about my guy, Matt. Nothing official yet. Taking our time. And you need to do that, Katie. Considering the 11-year relationship I got out of, he's seemingly the one.
Oh,
Katie, I really would go to your wedding. We would go to your wedding.
No question.
No question. I really would.
Smelling like your rack.
As a matter of fact, why aren't we invited to more weddings on here? How come nobody's asking us to come to their weddings?
What makes you think anyone's gotten married? Maybe no one's gotten married since we started doing.
I want to go to a wedding. I like to go.
Thank you, analytical.
I don't get to go to many weddings, and I like the idea of dancing and eating, of course. I'm not anyone's mom yet. Choose you two. I love analytical Blarney.
How can you not?
I love you, girl.
How can you not?
We love you, Pat Gimbrel.
Here we go. Let's see. What is that?
What?
Here in the South, here on the coast, a cooter is a turtle.
Oh, yeah. I remember we were talking about that.
How about that?
Your panty hamster. Absolutely.
There you go. Stick around.
The ham wallet.
This is exactly where we're going with this.
Hey, Sierra Terry. You were 3 when I got married.
Cooter tax.
Bring it on. Diane Seaton. No one cares. Everybody likes talking about it.
I caught my first felony when you were 2. Just thought I'd give you the Crim reference.
It turns me on.
I have a picture of it. Actually showed you that photo.
You did. When I get married, you're invited. Okay, we're invited. Good. Thank
Fancy
you so
face.
much.
Good to see you.
Today, my son-in-law's 80-year-old mother got married for the 5th time. That's adorable. Question: Are we all invited to yours?
I would imagine that if we go down that road, we would jump all over that. I'm
going on a date soon. Can I borrow your ball cap?
It is the ball cap. Do you know what she had the nerve to tell me? Tell him. Go ahead, Quibs. Tell him.
I don't think this ball cap reels in dudes. And so I was like, I'm going to wear this all over town.
Hey, get away from the candle. Okay, thank you. Sorry, she was scared.
What's wrong with wearing it out and about?
Well, I said, you know what? You can wear that. I even brought up the show. I said, your marriage material. You said, no, I'm going to wait until you leave and wear that around town.
Oh,
and I
please.
went, is that what you said?
Something like that. I don't remember.
See, that's just not.
I'll get remarried if you want to come. I don't think most celebrate 27 years, but why not? Sassy.
That's a hell of a celebration.
Yes, it is.
27 years?
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Well,
you're
Katie,
right, Nico.
Dang, girl. I just want to go, Katie. I just want to go.
Yes.
Hey, Ev Barney.
The Canadian ones, I'm going to have to, can't make the Canadian ones or the Australian ones or some of the other
ones. Those are probably out of my price range.
Chestnut.
The cooter.
I'm familiar with it.
Kathy. I don't. You guys know I love that, Kathy. Thank you. You're a cutie. I love your glasses. Cool. Thank you.
I love when people pop up to say stuff like that. I really do.
You were too. Analytical Barney.
Rogue Hedgie said, legit, never getting married again. 3 was 3 too many.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I said the same thing, right? I was saying the same thing a year ago. I really was. I was saying the same thing.
You will never get married again?
That I was never even going to go down. Like, I didn't even want to try that for that. I had no desire to even play the game. I wasn't trying to date. I wasn't trying to do anything. Honestly, a year ago, I was living like a monk.
You still don't have to get married.
I know that.
Would you say you would get married again?
Absolutely, I would get married again.
Wow.
But I don't have to do anything.
That's true.
I don't have to do it truthfully. And you know what? That's a big deal for me, people. Whether you realize it or not, it really is. It's a big deal. People say all the time, oh, you didn't need to do that. I don't have to do anything.
I know.
Well, I spent 13 years of my life having to do whatever I was told. These days, I do what I want. I promise you. I don't do anything for any other reason.
Community beaver tags. Don Laurie, that's special, girl. And
The community beaver
yeah,
tags.
community beaver. I
There's
don't
not
see
enough
anything-
community beaver around, if you ask me.
I feel like there's been a lacking of community beaver.
No question. If I had $1 for every time I've said that.
Susie Fitz doesn't even want to date.
That's what I said.
Peanut Butter Pickle loves being married.
Ah, good for you.
Third time was the big charm for you, Jen. I love that.
I love that too. Jen, did you change up? That wasn't the picture last time, was
yeah,
it?
it was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Carla. So
back to the
analytical Blarney. No one believed you. Tommy.
well, thank you.
I love her. She's hilarious.
They believed me until she showed up, though. They really did. Until she popped up and said something about her panty hamster. Which is what got me laughing in the first time. That was the very first thing.
Yeah.
And then I got you laughing.
Yes, they do.
With the so every Friday?
I'm sorry, every Friday?
Yeah.
And it was Friday.
And that was it. See, all of a sudden we were off to the races. Well, we weren't, but we could have been.
Yeah. We definitely could have been. I'm scared to even attempt dating Cassie. That makes me sad.
Cassie, that's how I felt, though.
But, you do what you're comfortable with. You go with your gut.
I enjoyed marriage every time I did it. For real. I did. But.
Not me.
Well.
That's why I don't know if I'm marriage material. Honestly, I didn't enjoy marriage every time. Now, I'm good at it. I really like the idea of it. But if you're unhappy in a marriage, that sucks.
I know, but it's pretty obvious why you were unhappy. In fact, everybody on earth knows why you were unhappy. There's nobody in the audience, 515 people. Everybody here knows why you were unhappy. That's not a normal case.
Boodikaboo, I can't find it. I'm scrolling. Nope. All I see is this, Boodikaboo. You'll have to retype it because I can't find it. Went back and watched
Shelley
again.
Knows.
Panty hamster always makes me laugh.
See, Shelley? I'm sorry. Every Friday? See, Shelley remembers.
I'm sorry. Every Friday? That was the funniest thing.
That was pretty good.
I get that, Just Joan. So let's, I want to discuss the coot. Well, intimacy in general.
Well, all right then.
The cellist was not. That's true, Rain.
Thank you, Rain Virus.
I've been active lately.
No.
Yeah.
Something you want to tell me? Oh, you mean with me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Good. Whew. That's better. I was getting a little nervous there.
That could be weird because you're in the same house as me.
Well, I was gone for a little while, though.
Pat Watson. Yeah, but this house is lit up with a bunch of cameras that you have access to. It might be kind of weird if I had men coming in and out.
Especially since I watch them 24 hours a day.
If I had guys coming in and out like a goddamn magic show.
In fact, I yell through the little, when she's outside, I can go and make funny sounds.
And it freaks me out.
It does. She jumps. It's fun.
That's cute, Robin W. So
Lucia, that's what I did. I started focusing on things other than that, and then Quib showed up.
That's a good point. Analytical Barney, it's not a fair baseline.
Oh, not for anything? Oh, come on. It's a fair baseline for something, but we won't.
Hey, Carrie Ann.
That would be mean. I'm not doing that.
It's not a fair baseline.
I'm better than that.
She's right. That wasn't considered. That wasn't even a real marriage. I thought it was. I thought I was entering into it.
But it wasn't.
Gals. So I've been fairly active lately.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty active, actually. What I want to know is this. Does anybody else... I haven't been doing it, and we discussed it. And does anybody else... what causes...
Well, we know what causes.
No, but I want to know a show of hands. How many people have coot toots?
Coot toots.
You know what I mean.
Good God.
How many of you coot toot?
Good God.
What?
Nothing. I just love the way you're... I thought earlier, I thought there's no way you could talk about this.
Oh, no, I don't have a UTI. Yeah, Robin, that's the word, but I don't love that word.
Yes, and I thought there's no way that you can do this on... But
look at Kathy Ann. It's trapped air.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, right? We get that.
I don't do it. I haven't done it once.
Not once.
We finished the other day, and it's typically from back there, like the cattle. And after we were finished, he goes, "Do you ever notice that you don't queef?" And I said, no. And he said, usually the coot toots come into play after that. And I realized I don't coot toot. So then I wondered, is this because of a short cervix situation?
A beaver burp.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's the best thing I've heard all night, Pat Watson.
That is a really good one. Yes. Well, here's the thing. I'm of the firm belief that everybody does it as well, right? I'm of that firm belief. I've said that everybody does
but
it.
I haven't.
But you don't, which I found.
And I wondered, is it because I have the shorter cervix? Yeah, I wondered that. And then the other thing that
Agreed, Joe Virus.
The other thing that I was thinking, well, because Tommy we have the bulls outside and we have Tommy. Let's just put it that way. It's hard to tell the difference. Okay. So that's the other thing. Is it because it's like there's no place to put any air because it's so much? Well, you know what I mean? Like it's jam packed.
It's a thought.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. Analytical Barney. Yeah. No, Tommy leaves no room. That's what I was. Yeah. There's no room for the air.
Well, but here's the thing. It didn't change up for you. I mean, no, you know what I'm saying? It's always been that.
Where has she been? Melissa Halverson.
Good question. That would help. I've been the same person.
Oh, hell no. I mean, oh, hell yeah. Kenya.
I love Kenya. I do. I love Kenya.
Yeah, gotta go Google that. Yeah.
Sassy Savage. That has always been my experience as well.
Blakey, I'm glad you made it.
Good to see you, Blake Reed. We were talking about you earlier too.
Oh, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. I can't imagine doing that.
Do you know something?
No.
No, who cares?
Brianna, no, I can't do it. I've never done that. Has anybody done what happened to Brianna? Now,
it's happened to me.
Somebody did it, but it was from the back.
Well, I've had multiple. This is yeah.
Christine, I'm glad you caught it too. I cannot imagine farting in a dude's face. I would move to Guam.
Well, and it's funny because we actually had this conversation once, and that's what Quib said. She's like, I would either take my life or I would move to another country instantly.
Yeah, I would change my name. I would
never speak to you again. I'm like, wait, me? She's like, never again. Nope, that would be the end. You would never be able to speak to me ever again.
I would never do that. That happened to me in my last marriage. He did it to me.
I would have been shocked if he didn't. Come on, let's be honest.
Flutters.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Katie, remember I said that, Katie.
Speed bag punching? Wow.
I wanted to speed bag punch.
You should have.
The Uniglobe.
You should have.
Me and my man are hand fasted. Traditional Celtic hand tying. We were the... Oh, that's... wow. Christina, is that...
That is cool as hell.
Damn, girl. Christina, you're very attractive. Thank you for your super chat.
You got an official damn girl.
First boats and hose tag.
Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Well done, lady.
I have had beaver burps to the face. No big deal. Made me laugh, Joe.
Joe Virus. Thank
Swinging
you.
Streets LA. Thank you for becoming a member.
No big deal at all. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The other one, a little tougher. But, you kind of got to take that into account, man. It's no big deal.
Didn't you say whoever that happened with you with was like super embarrassed?
Yes, absolutely. She turned a shade of red I've never seen before.
And
began to speak in tongues. Honestly,
I
went, hey, take a deep breath. We're okay.
No, we're not.
No,
I would absolutely kick you in the face, knock you out, and while you were out, I'd pack my bags and get the hell out of here.
She did have one leg in her jeans before the sentence was done. She was making tracks.
Dear Guam, if Reese ever gets off a plane, you'll know why. I would move out of the country.
Purple Groovy says, does Tommy remind you of a pinky toe?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Sooner or later, you're going to bang him on the That's
Sir,
funny.
are you mad
That's
that you don't
funny.
get Twitter poots? No, I'm saying I'm glad I don't get them. But I wondered how many of you experienced that. How many people?
Dear Guam, if Reese ever gets off a plane. I love that.
I just read that.
Oh, I didn't see it. That's so funny. That is really, really funny.
Yeah, same. Yep, AirPods went in. Yeah, same. Oh, that's gross. Puked all over him.
Oh, wow.
That sucks.
You mean first and last date, don't you? I mean, seriously, if that dude sticks around, you marry him then.
I threw up all over Jeff.
On your first date?
It was pretty early on, and we were driving 70 miles an hour, and he was in a tux. It was a black tie event, and he had just gotten a new tux, and I tried to puke into a paper bag, and of course it went through, and then I rolled the window down to throw it out, and all the puke went flying back in and hit him in the face, and it went all over his tux. I actually felt horrible about that. After, though, he made me clean the car. I was sick, and he made me go out and clean it. I didn't like that part.
Do you know what? Honestly, until you got to that part, I was really digging that story. I mean, maybe that makes me a bad person, but I was really digging
it. Was
that
bad.
story.
I mean, it slapped him in the corneas. It was, and I couldn't stop. I was really sick. I vomited like 7 times on the way home.
So the first girl that I ever seriously dated, I threw up on. But I was at a party and I was trying to hide because I had gotten way too drunk, and she came in to kind of yell at me. I was doing it standing up and looking down at me going, "What are you doing?" And I blew chunks all over her shoes. All over her shoes, which is really it was a bad thing.
Hi, Aria. Yeah, puked, went straight into the corneas. Yeah, went back into the retinas. It was bad.
We should watch The Hunt, says
never heard of it, Blake.
I've never heard of that, Blake.
L&D RN here. What's L&D?
She's a registered nurse.
I knew that, but what's L&D? You don't have a short cervix, you have a low cervix. I do as well. It didn't happen much. It's been a long time. Really baby steps.
So it's a low cervix.
Labor and delivery. Labor and delivery. Yes. I have a low cervix. Interesting.
No one told me. Yeah, see, Lumen was happy about it too. Like the idea that you might have speckled his tux.
Happy anniversary, Annika's mom.
32nd anniversary.
4 broken ribs. Oh my God.
Oh no, that's no good.
Dang, girl, I'm sorry to hear that. But happy anniversary.
Sassy Savage says, "Sorry if that's too much information on this channel."
Maybe Tommy doesn't pull all the way out. No, you don't.
No, I don't. Not all the way out. No.
You have a real special way of doing it. Actually, you changed it up the other day, and that was different. You kind of stayed in there tightly and just little movements.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That was different.
Yes.
I liked it. Now, that's my next question.
What's that?
I have a couple more questions about the coot. The other one is, when we've talked about this before, but is it or is it not urine that goes spraying out onto your yesterday it was your forehead.
It was my. This is a debate that people will have until the end of time. And here's the thing. I'm sorry, it's really not open to debate. Cooter's not vomit speaking for a friend. There you go.
Analytical blarney.
There you go.
Yeah, we live for TMI here.
Should have been the name of this channel.
Okay, it's not pee.
It is not pee, I promise you.
It's coot juice.
It is. And there are little sacks that it hangs out in. And that has a lot to do with.
Oh, man, Robin. Aw.
You know what? That's awesome.
That is awesome. I love
I'm not going to lie to you. I've held on to a few belts before while women did that, or grabbed onto a little bit of hair. Thank you, Barbie's World. See, Barbie's World.
Michelle again. On an early date, my husband kissed me goodnight and tenderly said, "When I get out of the car, I'm going to rip."
And he got out and tooted like he'd eaten cabbage and eggs for a week.
You do that all the time.
I have no idea what she's talking
about.
That's
hilarious. Yes, Renee Rainbow.
She's making
Michelle, that is hilarious.
Yes.
Never happens.
Once, and it was because of what was it?
Once. That thing was 17 seconds long.
It was garlic hummus. Honestly, it was so much longer than 17 seconds.
It sounded really like a hot air balloon that popped and was going down. It was like
well,
it was going everywhere.
Truthfully, you left the room and then came back, stuck your head back in, and then you said something about I've never even seen that in a movie.
You also, when I made you avocado toast, you were farting all day. I'm sad that I can't make that for you anymore.
Doesn't sound like something.
Dr. Drew says some pee can be mixed. It's called Amrita, not pee.
Thank you, Lady Hawk. Thank you, Lady Hawk.
Interesting.
Oh, your uncle used to fart in bed and pull the covers over your aunt's head. At the Dutch oven.
I wouldn't be with a man that did that to me.
Yeah, that's just not that's not good.
Hey, Matrix Rabbit. I don't toot in front of Tommy.
Yeah. Although she will go to the bathroom with me in the house, which is a kind of a big deal.
I actually pooped with the door open talking to you.
True story.
I did.
And I predicted that would happen.
I was even on the squatty potty. Interesting, Renee Rainbow. So I am the first time doing it now.
Yeah.
Kim Hallman, that's probably why I'm not coot tooting.
Yes. Yeah.
So it sprays him.
Yes, it does.
Like, I saw your head pop up the other day and he was literally hosed. And I felt terrible. I mean, he was even like he was. Now, you didn't seem grossed out. I was grossed out. It was disgusting. Thank you, Robin W. I was, every time when you pop up and you're all soaked, I'm like, it's so gross to me. I need a card. I'm going to turn in okay. Need a good night's sleep so I can prove.
Love you, Hockeytown John.
Oh, I love that. Hockeytown John's going live tomorrow on Keela's channel, Mental Health Matters. Everybody tune into that. I'm going to even try. I love Hockeytown John. Please get some rest tonight, and we love you, John. Love, love, love you. Amrita's very old Sanskrit word designating the secretion of the, okay.
Uterovaginal gland.
Thank you, Joe.
Well done.
That was a lot of information to process. Put goggles.
If the guy knows what he's doing, I have to change the sheets. Ding, 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 ding. Yahtzee. Sound familiar?
It's unbelievable, though.
It is unbelievable.
It really gets you. Doesn't it almost happen every time?
90% of the time.
Wonder what it is that you're doing.
What
is it that you're doing down there?
What do you mean?
Don't act like you don't know. You've perfected it. What are you doing down there?
You know, I just I get down there and I do it.
No, that's not true at all. Actually, there's a lot more to it. Sometimes you go this way and sometimes you go this way.
You know what it is, honestly?
But sometimes you pull up the hood.
Yeah, so nobody really wants. But what it comes down to is that I have always been of the firm belief that that the tongue is soft, right? And should probably at least start out that way. And it's sort of a build-up process. And I think very often people start off really, really hard and really fast, and then it gets almost impossible to go. So I start off really slow and sort of build up to it. And it's easy to sort of tell as you're building up. And once you get to that point, then you're one of those individuals where if I keep up you did turn at the perfect time. If I keep a perfect rhythm, you're good to go. So when you get to that point, I just go sideways and wait for you. And then that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote.
It is fascinating, though, how you do know that, like, it's not a DJ booth.
Right.
But also you do
record scratch. It's
not
a DJ booth.
But you also seem to know how to you know it.
Yeah.
You actually spend a lot of effort on it. Like you don't go into autopilot at all.
No, I do not.
You really give it all of your Joe Virus. Wait a minute. No offense to Joe Virus about the DJ booth.
Yes, no offense at all, Joe Virus.
Tommy is the best at it I've ever had. And I've had good, guys. I've had it good. Yeah, Katie. But he's almost too good. Like, it's almost too much. Every time I'm finished, my eyes kind of roll around and I have to recall where I was and my name and
occasionally speak in tongues.
Yeah. Do it for us.
It was one of the funniest things that ever happened in the history of man.
But it happens a lot still.
It does. It happens routinely.
What was it again?
And she thinks she's saying stuff, which is the funniest crap in the whole world. Your Sassy Savage says flat, soft tongue before the ABCs. I never did the ABC thing. I never did the alphabet. I was afraid someone was going to go, "Are you doing the alphabet?" And then I would be like super embarrassed. So I never went there.
Slow down. I can't take notes this fast. I'm happy that you're here, Marie. I've talked to you privately. Thank you, by the way, for everything you've done. Leslie girl, I have healing to do after being cheated on, but listening to you two, I'm going to need, what? FWB? What's that mean?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
But
Leslie,
I'm pulling for you.
You are a beautiful girl.
You absolutely are.
You look like a lesbian. Impressive.
You know what? I've heard that in the past. It's not the first time I've heard that.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't like up and down. Nope.
How about painting the fence up and down? She's not a fan.
Nope.
But it's fun because you can keep her there for 30
it
minutes that
pisses
way
me
if you
off.
want.
It pisses me off because he will do that, and then I have to start shaking my hips to go.
Friends with benefits. FWB. Friends with benefits.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I would recommend finding a friend, right? Because that's a really cool thing to be able to do with a friend.
Well, Joe Virus Googled it, Blake. It's not P, apparently.
You know something, Blake Reed? I would have said that too, right? But I promise you, that's not what's going on. It really isn't. I promise you.
It's unbelievable, though, what Tommy does. Because, again, I've never had... Most guys kind of go into autopilot, especially once they know what you like. And they're almost just kind of trying to get it over with. Oh, not this guy. This guy takes as long as he wants. And he knows that he can get me to the edge and then switch it up. And then I can't get there. And he kind of teases sometimes. It's crazy.
Doesn't sound like something I would do.
It's crazy. Show us your tongue. Oh, my. It's like his hands. But it is crazy that you are so articulate and wizard-like with the wizard sleeves.
Wizard-like. I'll take that.
It is.
I agree with you, Joe Virus. Joe Virus says it's pee and porn. Yes. And it's very different. You know, it really is. It's different how it.
Yes, Shelley.
Yeah.
How tall is Tommy? 6'2".
6'2". Yeah.
Now, that too, Shelley Kelly. Now, I have another question. And this is a real legit question for the ladies. When am I going to get there with penetration? I cannot seem to achieve it except lingus. Oh, I'm glad you made it, Shells Malie. Oh, you're cute, girl. You have a cute smile.
But by way of full disclosure, there's 65 positions you haven't tried.
Okay, Sassy.
Right? I mean,
don't be a downer.
No, but you know something else?
What? Be pickle. Stop it.
You know something? Be pickle? Again, that's something
Justin
I probably would have said.
Okay, you guys.
I would have probably said that years ago too, but it's I don't know that that is necessarily the truth. Very often it requires finding a very unusual position to put the person in, right? So that you're tapping exactly where you need to tap. And that's experimentation, and the ability to talk to your partner. That's a really big deal. But
this is the
I need
worst
a card. Yeah. Some people can't. I don't think that's quibs, to be really honest with you. I'm not trying to, you know.
Thank you,
but since we're doing the too much information.
Katie, can you do it? What? Why are you guys being such downers?
They're not being downers because
this makes me sad.
No, because that usually is the case. However,
look at Rogue Hedgie always pulling for me. I love Rogue Hedgie.
Here's the thing. Honestly, I have. It's different when somebody can't. I'm not being an ass. I'm really not. But you can kind of tell when somebody can't because they don't seem to. Like Quibs gets right to the edge. Like she gets really, really, really close. And in my experience in the past, she will figure that out, and then it will become a whole lot easier.
That's been
my experience in the past.
Purple Groovy, that's terrifying.
Those things have happened.
I did that, Jamie Palmer. That worked.
Oh yeah, we've done that.
Yeah, I've done it with Kelly Ann whilst Tommy is getting it. Thank you, Aria.
Susie Oberholtz is
Kelly.
Right. It absolutely takes the right position.
I say it with never. I hate that. Okay. That's sad for me, but thank you, Analytical Barney.
Well, even if you can't, it's not the end of the world.
Rain Virus, can you get there?
That's been my experience, that if you take enough time.
Susan Miller's right too. I've heard women say like one dude could do it and nobody else could.
Yeah. See
Lift the hips. Okay, tell me this. For the ladies that can, what position do you do it in? If it's done right, nothing is impossible. Just know you're in good hands. It'll come. No pun intended, or maybe intended. What position though?
Well, that's not the same with every person.
I know, but I still want to know. I like to get the chat's information.
Well, a pillow right underneath the small of the back helps with a lot of people. Missionary position with a pillow underneath the very small of the back gets it kind of arched up so that you can sort of.
I at least paid you to make you sad. You did, analytical Blarney. Okay.
Tap in the cool. I at least paid you to make you analytical Blarney. Nice.
Everybody's saying missionary. We never do that.
And whose fault is that?
Actually, you clit light me. You clit lit me. You told everybody that I'm in the hurry, but the second you got off that plane.
Oh, but that's different.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is. I've been out of town.
I felt clit lighted.
No.
Rain virus, I haven't tried on top because I'm so overweight. I run out of steam in about 40 seconds.
Would you stop that?
Plus, I exceed the weight limit on Tommy. Now, I can do it with Kellyanne. Teresa, on top when I'm able to. Weird.
Donna, that's another thing that I would have to really work because she would kill me. Right?
What?
If I went right to the brink and then said, all right, let's go. I'm not going to finish this way. Let's now have sex.
Interesting. That sounds hot.
You know what? Yeah, no, that will work for some people.
That just created a snail trail.
We'll be right back.
Please listen to these messages. Yeah, I've done that. Riley's human. I've done that. Susie, from the back, but slightly at an angle. Okay, that's an interesting one. Can I in my dreams? Yes. Yes, Robin W., I can. Hey, love yourself.
Try big spoon, little spoon. Interesting.
I think I'm too fat.
Stop that.
I'm being serious.
So am I.
Huh.
Yes. And that's the truth. When I'm not trying to sound cool or whatever, but missionary, it tends to be less comfortable.
What do you mean?
I mean that when we do it missionary, you tend to we have to work on positions that don't bang you in the wrong place. And
the cervix.
I start
missionary doesn't do that to me. It's actually from behind that. You've done it where I'm like, ow, ooh.
That actually happened a lot the last time I was on top of you.
Well, I can't remember because it's so seldom.
Afterwards, you were talking to me. You just don't remember. You probably wrote it down in your journal, but it read.
You want to know something else that's super interesting, guys, that I found sexually that I've never, ever experienced before? I'll tell you something interesting. And ladies, again, I need to know about this. After you do climax, so he's a gent. He always gets me first. Once I get there, then we bone down. Well, Tommy told me every guy does that because it makes you tighter because everything is.
It certainly makes it more fun.
Everything is what? Contracting?
It is.
Right. Can I put my legs behind my head? Yeah, I think I can, Rain Virus.
On the edge of the bed.
Wait. Does anybody else experience this? Because I don't ever remember this before.
Sassy Savage, I love Sassy Savage. Did you read that?
I'm trying to say things.
Well, knock yourself out.
What did she say?
On the edge of the bed. No, it's back down, down. Yeah.
On back. Feet on shoulder. What? I don't.
And hold on.
Never mind. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, no, I don't need to that bad. It's okay. Because you can always do it.
All right.
Thank you, Squirrel Girl. I feel lucky. Matrix Rabbit. This is getting awkward. Just kidding. Okay. Who else experiences that? After you get there and then he puts in chip. It's like the walls closed in on it. It is so incredibly vacuum sealed.
It definitely changes it up.
It's crazy. And Tommy said that men have always done this. They just never told us that was like a trick.
I've always been under the assumption.
Who didn't know that? I didn't know that. It will happen with time. I love brownie buttons. You need to relax and enjoy the process, whether you have the big O or not. Tommy loves you no matter what. He does. And thank you, brownie buttons. And it's true. He gets me there anyway. I just think it would be cool to do it the other way. Now, I can do it with clitoral stimulation while that's going. But we tried that once and I didn't like it. Like it took too long. Remember, I kind of got,
No.
I feel like I got in my head about it and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I started worrying that you were.
Then you also
taking too
said
long.
that you were pretty sure that you had lost the top layer of skin.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely took off the hood. I learned that today. The science adds up. It's unbelievable. Yeah, you guys didn't know that? They're together, like hitting 20,000.
Yeah.
I love Robin.
Well,
She's
that's
hilarious.
that's always fun to do, right? That's always fun to do. And
I've been married 34 years and didn't know that. New to me. See, I knew. I know.
It's a lot more fun if you go that route, I promise. And your guy will agree. It's a lot more fun.
Your physical self-worth increases, your anxiety will decrease, everything flows. Teresa.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Teresa.
I do too. And you're absolutely 100% right. That's what it comes down to. And I've said that. The longer we do this stuff, the more relaxed you get. And
I agree, Analytical Blarney. And thank you for your super chat.
Absolutely.
Neighbors must wonder what's so funny about all the us to get laughing. Not for me, because we have no neighbors, but for sure, Lisa. And I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
And if we had neighbors, that's not what they'd be. Yeah.
Yeah. How many gals can have multiple O's? Now, you said that I do. I guess I don't understand what that means when you have multiples. Can you explain to me what that feels like? The reason I think he says that I have, because one time he was, lingus, and my climax lasted like 12 seconds. It was bizarre. Usually I get there and it's a good, 5 seconds. This went on and it was different than the rest. And I was like, that was a long one. Like, and he said, that's because you had multiples. And I was like, what?
No, she did. Because
is that what that means?
Yeah. My hands happen to be involved in that. And there's a your
hands are always involved.
Yeah. But there are contractions that you usually can tell what's going on. And that one but you also then, I think, me in the head, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We probably could have rolled for a third or a fourth, but.
Is that what that means?
She kicked me unconscious and I fell to the floor.
Ladies, is that what that means? That's what it means, Lumen? Have you found your special internal spot? Yeah. I mean, he can get there, but it's like I get it to the edge, brownie buttons, and I can't get there. Don't mind me, just a little jelly of. That's true, because guys can't, right?
Yeah, you can. Here's the thing. You can, but it's something that would take a hell of a lot of practice and time. For real. There are things you can read to work on it. And it still also has to be full. I mean, you have to actually plan, because if it's there are times I can do it and there are times I can't. But
here's what I don't understand, though. I didn't realize multiples happened at once. I guess when I used to think, when people would talk about it, like on Sex and the City, I thought multiples meant like you could do it again and then again in 10 minutes and another 10 minutes.
No, you can go like this.
It happens
one right
more
after
than
another,
once.
One right after
time.
another, after another, after another. And theoretically, we could have done that for about an hour. Right? You could keep doing it for as long as you can hang in there.
So multiple is all at the same time.
It is one right after the other. It's back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
No, where?
Yes, I have been told that. I'm gonna
Blake, where?
In their backside, right near their prostate gland.
So can that make them get off?
It absolutely can. There are procedures that you can do to that. That's exactly right, Sassy Savage. It's the come here. Hey, come here.
How weird. I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I have not, Purple Groovy. But Tommy is interesting. He's the only guy I've ever been with where he can get off and then he can do it again. Like while he's still in me. Yeah. I know that may sound gross, but he can't do it every time. But it's amazing because then he stops for 5 seconds and then he starts going again. And I'm like,
yeah,
I really like that.
But you'll say something dirty and mess it all up. It does take 5 seconds of chilling out and sort of getting your head back in the game. All right.
I don't think so, Brendan's view. That is weird, Lori Lee. Sometimes I can have an extra one right after if I point my toes.
I love
That's
that.
awesome.
I absolutely love that. It's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
Tommy, did you research how to do the what? Kivin method? You better start researching.
Yeah, I guess apparently I'll have to get on that.
Now, Blake, have you experienced that yourself?
Well, that's kind of a personal question.
Well, he brought it up.
it.
I would like to know that from a man's point of view.
Keep your hands out of your pants, people.
It can be achieved with tantric massages, P-spot manipulation, and stimulation. What am I misreading words for? And prolonging orgasm. So the answer is cheat codes. Interesting.
See, Kenya says dirty talking makes everything real nice for me.
Yeah, guys, I like talking about this stuff. And then, people are going to say gross,
we're going to catch y'all.
Yeah,
we're going to catch
there's going to be a lot of hate about it. But you know what? I really do like normalizing this because there's a lot of things I don't know. And I like getting questions answered. And I like talking about it.
Hey, DNV, good to see you.
I need my Gatorade snack.
I'm not
Hey,
obsessed
DNV.
Sassy Savage.
Yeah, Lady-O.
Yep. Communication and practice.
Interesting, Blake. I like that. Look at Katie. Blake, DM me. I want all the info. Interesting, Sassy Savage. Thank you, Kim Hallman. Kenya. Yeah, sex education is important. It's free. I mean,
it happens to be free here, right? Katie Fulton says my favorite topic. It's her favorite topic.
Yeah.
As your presidential campaign manager, stop. Yeah, that's if you're ever going to run for office, now might be the time to stop. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Teresa, because Teresa did sex work. This is the type of stuff I helped clients experience in the work I did. That is cool. Bless you for that. Chrissy Never Newton.
Nothing wrong with a little blushing.
Probably does come with being sheltered in a cult.
You know what? Yeah, no. Honest, I mean, yes, the fact that maybe there wasn't a lot of education about it, but it's not like your quiz is open. He's a very easy person to talk to, and you're adventurous, and
I want to try stuff.
There's no issue at all with that, which is great.
You guys, normalizing this has helped me be more open. Yes.
I love that.
At first I was turned off by the discussions and realized it was because I felt awkward because I wasn't open. I love that, Leslie girl. And there's a lot of people.
Courageous thing to say.
There's a lot of people. They've said it over on the boat. They've said it just in weird places. Like, I don't like Reese's sex talk. We don't need to know what goes on in her bedroom. Well, that's fine. Then it's not for you.
If you don't want to know what goes on in the bedroom.
Yeah,
maybe
don't look if you don't want to see.
Yeah,
but there are 500 people in here that want to talk about it. And I think it's an interesting topic. Best topic. Yeah.
And I'm not telling you all the things that go on in our bedroom. I mean, we keep a few secrets.
I don't. Brings all the boys to the yard. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're all.
I agree. Look at what you've already learned about yourself in such a short time with a partner that listens to both your body and mouth. I like that.
Yeah. I think you're definitely having fun.
I love that piece, lady. I have fun times after these conversations. Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, good for you.
You said you were embarrassed you married Jeff. The universe put you where you needed to be in order to do what you're doing now. God is so smart. I love that. And I love that picture, by the way.
Yep, I do too.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, this isn't for shock value. I really do like to talk about this stuff. And then people like to go out there and say I'm disgusting and, I shouldn't have a kid or whatever you want to say. And I don't care. Again, this is a fun topic. And I'm sorry that, it's offensive to some people. I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, you know what?
Hey, Bex.
It's a very small group of people. And I would say that there's a handful of them that might be jealous of one of us. That's just my humble opinion. Not trying to be.
I think most of these people have the hots for you and they're just mad about it.
Well, I think it kind of goes on sex plus gummies equals Wonderland. Hamster heifer.
Pierre, you've been celibate for 7 years. Wow.
I've gone longer than that at one whack.
Me too, B Pickle.
Yeah. I've gone longer than that.
Clits Colts combo. Yeah. It's just talk. I agree.
Once I stopped worrying about what I look like, sex is so much more fun. Brenda, good for you.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I have to be honest. I'm not there yet. I am weird about my body. I don't like my stomach in particular. And I still throw a pillow over myself because I'm just not comfortable. Even though he's seen me naked, it's not like he doesn't know what he's expecting.
No, and I hope I don't do anything to make you feel self-conscious. Because
You don't. But I just know all the hot women you've been with, and then I get embarrassed, and I feel like I am the fattest one you've ever been with.
You say the silliest things, man.
That's my own. It's what goes through my head.
You are the person that You're the person that I drove, or I mean, I flew halfway across the country with to live in douche nozzle's basement. Right?
I know.
Okay, so
it's got nothing to do with you. It has to do with me.
Well, I
and my
chose you.
skewed outlook.
Well, I hope you understand that this is a bit, and I wish this was easier for you, because it's going to make everything else easier, including, you know, catching it just from penetration. It's going to help when you are absolutely. Thank you, Teresa.
I know, Teresa, and I don't have a problem with other people's bodies. I think other bodies are beautiful. It's my own that I have an issue with. I don't like my tummy, but I also don't want to do anything about it because I love Chipotle.
Oh, I'm off Chipotle now. Sorry, I am. Self-acceptance does enhance sex. There's no question.
He does,
Rhonda,
Otter Dancer. Otter Dancer, it's me. It's a me problem. It has nothing to do with him. Yeah, Sarah, the inner dialogue takes some steps. Sometimes it's the courage of discomfort.
Do you know what? She's a lot better now than she was. Way better. Night and day. Yeah, you are.
I won't walk around naked in front of you.
Well, no, but maybe you don't remember the beginning, but you are a hell of a lot better than you were. I mean, night and day. Night and day.
Yeah, well, I see a lot of pretty girls with like flat stomachs, and I just feel like mine is gross.
Well, I think that when you start to compare yourself to other people, right? What do they say? Comparison is the thief of joy.
I pooped with the door open. That was big.
That was a big
It was. And I was up on the squatty potty, Robin. Stop reading the hate comments. They do only harm. Absolutely, Lisa. Thank you, humble and kind.
You know
Come
what?
to the fetish ball.
Yeah. Shelly Kelly, that was a great comment, but you missed it. There you go.
I met you. You are not fat. You are smaller than you realize. See yourself as Tommy sees you. I appreciate that. And you're probably right. I'm sure it's a bit of body dysmorphia, but.
Because your dad was a douchebag. When your dad calls you fat at the age of 6, you never get over it. And that's real talk. That's what it is.
Okay. But I also do have a big tummy.
And if I didn't love it, I wouldn't be right here sitting next to you.
Tommy says that all the time.
Yes, absolutely. And I do say that all of the time.
Sophia, I never understood the shame around sex education. Children will have sex and they need to know. We never tabooed it. And yeah, I agree with that. So many people out there are like, it's disgusting. Like they think I'm gross for this. I've just never had boundaries about it. And I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Killy Billy.
All right.
Thank you for being a member. You live in the country. He's looking at you only. Yes.
Does it matter if I'm in the city? Have you ever seen me look at anybody else?
No, it's got nothing to do with that. No. I have zero jealousy when it comes to Tommy. Hot women have walked around us when we go into the city. Tommy's the cool thing about Tommy is he had his run with that. You did all that.
I did.
He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. And I don't worry about him caring. I don't know how else to put it. I said it to him today. Tommy's the only guy I've ever been with where I feel zero concern about that. Like, I just don't, he's just not a cheater. He's not even the type to flirt. Like, he just isn't.
I think I've worked that out of my system.
Analytical Blarney, you couldn't be more
Hey,
right.
I want to tell you something. That's absolutely no joke, right?
I get that too, Susie.
Since we're doing the too much information thing, we can do a little too much information. I've been doing this a long time. And I probably have done this to more people than I should have, honestly. If I could go back, I probably would.
You've slept with a lot of people.
I've slept with a lot of people. If I could go back, I wouldn't do it the same way, I promise you. But I'm able to do things with you that I couldn't do with other people. And I think that's awesome. It really is.
And you've even dabbled in like sex work.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have.
And no, Tommy, you'd think I would be jealous or weird because he's done so much. That's not a thing for me. I don't know why. I only said that to get you out of your head. Thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I mean,
honestly, it's a hell of a lot of fun. It really is. It's an awful lot. You're a lot of fun to And
you
we
are the
laugh,
hot woman
and
he's
we
with.
laugh our
Thank you,
asses off.
Cassie.
Thank you, Cassie. And we laugh our asses off. We have fun.
Guys,
Did we laugh our asses off last night, right in the middle?
we always laugh during sex.
When you went, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I stopped to go like this.
He stopped. He was lingusing. He was doing lingus. And he stopped in the first like minute and a half. And he pulled back to do something with his nose. And I literally acted like he was walking out the front door. I went, where are you going? What are you doing?
Yeah, what's wrong? What are you doing? I was like scratching my nose.
Yeah, it was too much. It was a lot. I was like, whoa, Reese, reel yourself in, girl. Check yourself.
Yeah, it was
Before
pretty.
you wreck
It was
yourself.
pretty damn funny.
But we
if you wanna know
laughed.
the
We
truth.
laughed and laughed.
We laughed hysterically, and we do all the time.
You need to embrace your tummy. Love it. It cradled your son for 9 months. It was Hux's safe place. You're right, Brownie Buttons. And I say that all the time. That's why it looks the way it does, because he moved in there with his refrigerator and his couch and his car, and he left it all there. He didn't take it with him. So it's not like I overeat. Huxley left his entire apartment,
including a pool table,
in my tum. He had an air hockey table in there. You should have seen. It was so loud.
No. Love is not just physical. It is not. But I'll tell you something. If it is, this is a race ready chassis.
What?
It's a race ready chassis.
What does that mean?
It means you're built for sex. It means I have no fear whatsoever of hurting you, and that can be an issue. It really can. It can absolutely be an issue.
I know, but you're one of few really skinny guys, too. Like, that's why I didn't have self-conscious issues with my last person, because he was
hideous.
He was big. He was larger.
Okay.
And I like a larger body on a man, and I like a skinny body on a man. So I'm not shaming that. I think big men are sexy as hell. So, and I think big women are. That's my issue. I know. I was just going to say that, Kathy. I think larger women, because you guys remember I used to work at Lady Co. We sold up to size 2X or 3X. I can't remember. And I would style women that were plus sized, that were a larger size. And I think they're beautiful. And I always used to think, I don't shame anybody for having a bigger body except me. I don't know why I do it.
Do you know how often we'll be somewhere and Quibs will point somebody out and go, like, she looks fantastic. I wish I looked like that. And the person will be bigger than you are.
I always notice people. I'm always looking at people and how they dress their bodies and how they style themselves, and just also different features. Like I've always said, I think women are gorgeous, like their eyes, their ears. I always notice things, and I can't seem to do that for myself. Here's the reality, Reese. Most of those women whose bodies are smaller are just as self-conscious. Yes. I know you say that all the time.
It is absolutely a fact. So this is going to sound awful, but it's just the truth. I got to a point in my life where I did this all the time. I used sex like I used drugs. It was a way to make myself feel like I wasn't a loser. And it was way easier to pick up women who were really, really the people that looked like you would think Playboy would be bunnies. Really, the people who look like they would be really, really hard to pick up were the easiest people in the world to pick up, because nobody talks to them because they all think that they're untouchable and their self-esteem is in the trash. I'm sorry, it's the truth. And they were very, very easy to pick up. I didn't do it for any other reason. It was low-hanging fruit, sadly. It's the truth.
Helena, it's not that, but it's not that he can feel. And it's gross. My body feels gross.
You've never bummed out when I felt any part of you ever.
I know.
For real. You've never bummed out. But no, when you're in the moment, you don't care.
Also, afterwards, for some reason, guys, since Tommy arrived here, I've gained weight. Like, I'm eating more than I've ever eaten since he got here. And I only assume that that's because I'm happy. Like, I love having him here. But I don't hardly eat. And I've noticed lately, I'm like stuffing my face with things. Like, I don't know, I'm walking around happier. If we women could get out of our own heads, we would do so much better in life. Yeah.
Amen.
Every area. Women, let's do better for ourselves. That's so true.
It is.
Thank you for saying that.
I do shows on this all the time. And I did shows on this before I met you, which is, I do shows on this all of the time. Body image is just such a problem in this world. It's such a friggin' problem.
11 years by choice celibate. Can't bring myself to trust anyone since third husband, who constantly brought me down with my self-esteem. You are absolutely beautiful.
Why would he bring
streets.
Yeah, sounds like a real winner.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, and I understand. I had one of those myself, and I really hope that maybe you have a therapist or somebody that you can talk to unpack that stuff, because you're beautiful. And
Yeah,
I
that's
want
on
you to,
him, not you.
I want you to be able to have a relationship if you want one. My stomach is my problem area too. I have to actively speak positively to myself to combat the intrusive negative thinking. It's a process. And you know what? Maybe that's something I should do, Metal Mama. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You know what? Somebody just said every woman has something about their body. How many times have I told you that? Like, I've
Everybody
met people who go,
does.
you know, who will say, yeah, but my earlobes are messed up, or my eyelids. Like, I've heard some of the craziest crap in the world where you look at a woman and go, you're kidding, right? My eyelids are wrinkled. I'm like, how in hell would you know your eyelids are wrinkled? I had a very serious conversation with a woman about this. She's like, I have wrinkles on my eyelids. I'm like, who sees your eyelids? They're open all the freaking time unless you're asleep. It was the weirdest thing, but she was serious as hell. Everybody does this. And why? Right? I don't want to turn the show into this, but because by the time you're 6 years old, you've looked at so many images of women that are
the media, everything,
yeah,
what we're supposed to look like.
They're not real.
Tom Brady's wife.
They've been airbrushed. They've been, you know, filtered, and
even
they're not
though
even
I'm
real.
not shaming Tom Brady's wife. Like, those women are beautiful. Giselle is beautiful.
Yeah, but they're 1% of the population.
Right. And we don't need to compare ourselves to look like that. I'm never going to look like that. If you put me on a table with the best surgeons with all the money in the world, I'm never going to look like that. So it's like time to just accept, you know, and I think I have for the most part there. And Brianna, it's funny. My sister's name is Brianna, and she was skinny shamed most of her life. I need to eat a hamburger. It's not my fault. So Brianna, my sister Brianna, and I have had this conversation at length, because my sister doesn't look a lot like me body wise at all. Like, I have my Italian side for sure. She got my dad's side. She's got the long legs. She's taller. People always called her bird legs. And people always said, you need to eat. You're too skinny. And I was always the chubbier one and shorter. And she talked to me once about that and said, do you know how hurtful it is too on the other side of it? People being like, you're too thin. You're so thin. Nobody should be commenting on anybody's body in general. Like, I don't know why a body is too thin or it's too big. Like, why do I do this to myself? It's my body. It's what it looks like. My body has looked like this for as long as I can remember. And I also am thankful for that. I don't go up in weight. I really don't go down in weight. I kind of stay about the same, 3 to 5 pound difference every once in a while. But it's like, it could be so much worse. And some people have real problems. And I think about that. I'm like, I have a close friend that's going through breast cancer. And I'm sitting here complaining about my stomach. You know, I have my family member who's going through cancer. Like, there's people who have actual, like, tough things that they're going through with their body. I don't have anything wrong with my body. I'm just complaining. And practicing self-love is a daily practice, a mental routine that helps to stretch your perspective of your self-esteem. It's the same as Tommy practicing stretching his body daily with yoga. I love that, Teresa.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then we need to stop commenting on our own. That's right. That's where it starts, I think, analytical learning. I really don't look at other bodies and go, ew. Like, I never do that, but I do it with my own all the time. And it's weird.
It is.
It's a double standard, Original Ann.
You know, the when we did relationship Tourette's the last time we did it, and I attacked her. The second we were done, I attacked her the same way. Did I not? Didn't we go right off? And I was like,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I love you. Right? You, exactly how you are. I don't care. It's in your head, not mine. I promise you that.
Really?
Yeah. What? I'm here. I'm sitting next to you.
I know, but I wonder if my tummy bums you out.
If your tummy bummed me out, I'd go find somebody else. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. If your tummy bummed me out, I'd be with somebody else. Your tummy doesn't bum me out at all. And there are parts of you that are exquisite.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And I wasn't talking about your feet, but they're pretty good too.
You do like my feet, especially in those new socks with the lace.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it bums me out, not him. Same, Reese. I have to work on my own self-negative talk. You are beautiful. Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. And I feel the same about you.
I love our Fancy Nancy's. I am being sincere. I promise you I am.
I just melted, y'all. Find somebody who looks at you the way Tommy does at Reese. Yeah, guys, he's a good one. Oh, I know he's sincere. It's me. It's not him. It's me. It's always been me. I've always had body issues.
Yeah. Which is a bummer because you're fantastic. You really are. And we have excellent sex. If I wasn't turned on by you, how would we have excellent sex?
We do. We've talked about that. We are very chemistry wise compatible. Like,
do you understand how the whole guy thing works? It's kind of essential that I'm into you. Right?
Oh, remember when you super chatted that?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. That's right.
He was celibate for years, believe me.
A lot of them, right? Altogether about 13.
Hey, Charlie Mullins.
Charlie Murphy, what's happening?
Mullins.
I know.
Oh.
But I've nicknamed him years ago Charlie Murphy. Oh. Yeah. He is the first subscriber of the Lifeboat. He was the very first subscriber.
That's amazing.
That's right. And has been with me from day one.
Hey, Silver Psychic. Madison. Is Shelly going to bed? Good night, Shelly.
You know what? Aversion therapy, interesting concept. I don't know that she would let me, but it's not a bad concept. Let me kiss your tummy, like put hands on it and all of that stuff.
No,
it's aversion. I knew that that's the what I was going to get, but work up to it. We'll work up to it. I grab it now, and you don't stop me, but it's usually in the process of
You grab it?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I put my hands on it all the time when I'm doing what I do.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
You're grabbing my thighs. You grab my legs.
I put my hands all the way up here on the side of you.
Oh, the side is skinny. It's the front.
You're so funny. It's so freaking funny. Sweet Liberty, I'm glad you're here.
The front is what I have this like giant water pillow. The sides, I'm not fat in the back and I'm not fat on the side. It's this big thing in the front.
You're, yeah. Give her raspberries. There you go.
Good night, Original Ann. We'll probably sign off too.
Yes. I do have to go do a life.
I love you, Jam Jam. Oh, you're going to do a lifeboat?
Yeah, it's going to be a quick one though.
Okay. Witchy Trista. Haven't had sex since 2016. It was so bad I regretted ruining my streak since 2011.
Wow.
Now I've put on so much weight that I can't imagine being naked in front of anyone. And I have PCOS body hair too. Yeah, I understand that. And your cat is adorable. But babe.
Can I tell you something? Whether you guys realize this or not, there is a lid for every pot. And there is a guy out there, whatever the body you think it is that you cannot stand looking at in a mirror, there's a guy out there that wants to look at that body.
That's
right?
true.
That is the body that they want. I promise you. I promise you. I spent 13 years around dudes, right? Only dudes who would tell you exactly what they liked in women, and not 6 guys would tell you 6 different things.
Teresa, I hope that you're cancer free now. I didn't know that about you, girl. And that's what I mean. Appreciating your body. My body has done good things for me, and it doesn't, it's not making me sick or anything like that. There's people who are really going through things. Look how far you've come already. You don't have to improve everything at once. Thank you, Helena. I love that you are not a lurker anymore. I love Helena. Love you guys. Got to go. Good night.
It was the PDA tax.
Thank you, Pajama Pixie. Hey, Laura Lou. Kathy Ann.
Sorry.
I'm your size, babe. You've told me I'm beautiful. You are not even close. You're super cute and tiny. You could fit in my pocket. But I love you, Kathy Ann. And you are beautiful. I think women especially are gorgeous. I just have always been obsessed with women. I think they're so pretty. Oh, you have coot toots, DNB? All right. All right.
Shelly Kelly, imagine that.
I know. You're chatty now, and I love that about you. I absolutely love that Helena joined.
Even when she weighed 266 pounds, her husband still loved. That's
going to go paint my toes. That's cute.
Because love doesn't, if someone is in love with you, they don't base it on what you look like at that moment. And they go, well, if you put on 6 pounds, we're done. Right. I mean, that's just a really twisted concept.
Yeah.
Right?
You're not like that. Flaky. Reese, the way I see it, if a man wants a stick, he can go outside, find one and play with that. God made millions of them. This is also a message that some men should just stay single. That is so important. I love you, Blake. And that gave me a little boost.
You know what, Valerie?
Thank you, Blake.
Valerie, good call. I think that's probably a great idea.
You could try Tommy being a little dominant. It helped me a lot to get out of my head. Oh, he does. Oh, he does. And it turns me on every time. Whenever you're lingusing and I grab your hand and then Tommy Tommy has
Good size hands.
paddles,
Mhm.
and he grabs mine and he pushes it down and holds onto it. And I go, ah, it's so hot. It's so hot. Do a quick boat, okay?
Yes, yeah, I got this.
And then you can quickly do a quick motor boat.
Booyah.
He's a good boat captain. Yes, that's true, Robin. I love you guys. Hey, Brittany. Coot Toot sounds like a band name.
It would be not a bad name. Tonight.
Coot Toots
Right?
taking the stage. All right, I'm gonna let you set up a boat. Does Spanx have it set up?
No, but I'll get it knocked out here pretty quick.
Okay.
It won't take long.
Guys, I'm glad we did this tonight, and I hope that nobody got offended. I truly like to talk about this stuff.
I don't think.
And I know that you guys do too, and you're my people, and I just really enjoy it. It's not to piss people off. That's not the point. But the people who get mad about it watch anyway, and I think that's bizarre. But thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for engaging with me about it, because I like to know what your vaginas are doing as well. I like to check in with your panty hamsters. Thank you again.
I was going to show you Moose, but he's not in here.
Katie,
sorry.
I love you, girl. Jazzy girl, I'm glad that you made it. Yeah, I love this kind of discussion too. Yeah, I really do. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to let him, Alicia's here. I love Alicia. I'm going to let him hop over to the boat and then hop on my
Uptight
boat.
people are boring. Kenya, you nailed it. Uptight people are
Humble and kind,
boring.
hop over to the lifeboat. Yeah, the little man in the boat. That's right, Joe. All right, love you guys. Thanks for all your super chats tonight, and thanks for being with us. Seriously, this was important talk, in my opinion.